And the big story from the national capital as the Delhi police goes all out to track Chaitanyananda Saraswati, accused of sexually harassing students of a management institute. The probe has revealed that back-to-back complaints from an alumnus and an Air Force headquarters official alerted the management and started the undoing of the self-styled godman. According to the FIR, it was a letter from an ex-student that first alerted the management of Sri Sharda Institute of Indian Management Research, located in Delhi's posh Vasant Kunj area. Saraswati, also known as Parthasarathy, was the director of the institute back then. In her letter to the institute's management, a woman who had completed her studies there alleged that Chaitanyananda had been sexually harassing students at the institute. The institute received this letter on the 31st of July. The next day, the institute received an email, this time from a group captain rank officer in the Directorate of Education in the Air Force. This email flagged complaints by several students who accused Chaitanyananda of threatening them and sending them offensive messages. The Air Force Directorate intervened because many of these students at the institute came from families of Air Force personnel. Now let's just take you through what we know in terms of the FIR that NDTV has access, some key highlights from there. The first being that, like I said, the ex-student complained to the institute and flagged this issue, saying there have been cases, repeated cases of sexual harassment that have taken place in the institute. This was followed up by an email from an IAF official also raising a similar complaint. Now, we also know from that FIR, some contents from the FIR point out some very disturbing facts. Apparently, the self-styled godman sent girls messages, lewd messages late at night. He also confiscated the phones of girls who were at this institute. He threatened them. Is what we're being told. Baba also confiscated educational documents, so holding them ransom in every and any way possible was one of the ways of getting them to comply. Also, the attendance of these students was allegedly reduced if they didn't listen to him. We also have got to know that the godman misbehaved during a trip to Rishikesh. More details awaited on that. The police have questioned 32 girls so far, is what the FIR says. Most girls in the institute are from economically weaker sections of society. And now what we're also being told is that WhatsApp messages have been found in phones of at least 50 women. So we know officially that at least 19 women were harassed. But we're also being told at this point that more than 50 phones with those lewd messages have been recovered by the police. All right, Tanushka joining me live now on this story. Tanushka, the road ahead in terms of investigation. This man on our screens has been missing for almost 7 weeks, Tanushka. There could be a high likelihood that he was tipped off because he didn't come back after being in London, is what I believe. But in terms of the police investigation, where does it stand? There's a lookout notice, there's a manhunt, but any leads on the man who has allegedly sexually harassed more than 19 women in that institute?
Well, we do know that police are still on the lookout and conducting raids across states for this self-proclaimed godman, Swami Chaitanyananda, who was earlier known as Parthasarathy. And we understand that these, lookouts are being conducted in Delhi, in Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Rajasthan as well. And the last known location of this self-proclaimed godman has been that of Agra. However, still he's absconding. And we must also note that this man has been a serial offender for the last 16 years. This is not just the prior few months that we're talking about. The first case was lodged against him in 2009 at Defence Colony Police Station. Then in 2016 at Vasant Kunj Police Station, which is where this institute that he was heading and running also is present at. Remember, this is at Delhi's posh area of Vasant Kunj by the name of Sri Sharda Institute. And we know from the FIR as well that there are 17 girls who have given in their written statement to the Patiala House Court, and how they were being entirely silenced by this Baba and the entire institution. Back to you.
Which we've seen through all those graphics that we brought to you in terms of accessing that FIR, explosive details that this man's still on the run, and the manhunt has been launched for the self-styled godman who has sexually harassed at least 19 students, if not more. Tanushka, thanks for joining us live.